Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sharks and Things podcast. I'm your host, Cody.
Matt.
I'm Mitch.
And I'm Zach.
So we're all here this week.
We are. So after 2 weeks of not that, we now have a full roster.
Of real people.
I tuned into the beginning of last week's podcast, and you guys were talking about clove cigarettes and something else.
You missed out on the drugs cast.
And then I was like, I have stuff to go do. I'm not gonna. I have to go help my dad, like, rip up a floor or something. So
disappointing. You should have been paying attention the whole time if you weren't going to be here.
I was in a car driving around,
doing barrel rolls.
Do a barrel roll. Press Z or R twice. Use bombs wisely. Yes. And then the week before that, we played some Diablo 3. I don't know.
Which I think I've played 5 minutes outside of that because I decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to do some new season stuff. 5 minutes in. I don't want to really play this game anymore.
Oh, you know, I forgot to do a couple things. Keep talking. We're good. PAX South is currently going on. I don't know. What have you guys been doing this week? Let's start with that part of this podcast. This is what happens when we don't have a traditional one for a couple weeks.
Everything goes out the window.
Everything.
Yeah, like, How does this work again?
The shit, Cody.
Who are you people? I have no idea who you are.
Channel, like, I forget to update the channel information. Man, we're just...
Matt, what have you been doing?
Well, outside of physically dying, that's its own story. Mad Max. I finally unshrink wrapped my PS4 copy of Mad Max and started playing it. And even though I know it's kind of terrible, I really like it. It's essentially like a Wasteland Batman with a car. Because all the combat is
Wasteland like Dark Knight or Arkham Knight.
Yeah, it's like almost identical to Batman combat, which is just the mash button, press button, one to parry. If you get your chain, you get like a fury meter. So pretty much identical to Batman. Same goes for like melee weapons, power-ups, skills. All of that's the same. And 90% of the game is go here, take out this base full of people, kill a war crier. So he's someone who's going to alert all the camps and everybody gets like a damage buff if he is alerted. So you have to figure out how to take him out. Try not to die, and there's just a lot of really random things when you run into those camps, and most of it revolves around picking up pieces of scrap because that's kind of like the game's currency. It's a little obnoxious because like
you'd think everywhere you go, water the currency with how rare that is.
Well, scrap and water. That's the other one, but that's just like to fill a canteen. It's kind of like a flask out of Dark Souls. You take a sip, you get health. But eventually it runs out, and then you have to either go to like an enemy base. Yes, pretty much a bonfire. Go to like an enemy base, or there's like random places throughout the map that have water points, so where you can fill up your canteen.
So bonfires?
Bonfires. So it steals a lot of elements from other games. That's a very, very true statement. But overall, it's a very, very pretty game. Like,
I'd say that's a true statement of all video games. All video games steal from other video games.
There are only like 3 unique video games, and they're the first one ever made on an oscilloscope.
Okay. Anyways.
Space War.
So, scrap, water, and then majority of it is driving around and trying to find upgrades for your car. And the car combat's not bad. You get things like harpoons, or you get thunderpoons, which is a fantastic name. And it's actually just like a grenade strapped harpoon that explodes when you throw it at somebody, but then you can latch on with it as well.
So you're playing Pimp My Ride, the Wasteland Edition?
Does Exhibit show up?
In all seriousness, it's pretty close to Pimp My Ride because you have full car customization across multiple car shells. It's not just like one you upgrade, but you can unlock like other enemies, ridiculous like spiked out cars and things like that. So it is very much a Pimp My Ride Wasteland Edition.
But you didn't answer the question. Does Exhibit show up?
At some point, I'm sure he will.
He's just like going nutso.
Yo, dog, I got you some of that chrome. You going to Valhalla, dog?
Still so fucking weird.
But beyond all that, the game is decent, but the game also is just bad there's nothing interesting about it. It's just a good, mindless nothing game, and that is exactly what I wanted to play this week. So that is what I've been playing.
That works.
Mitch, how about you?
I've been continuing my romp through Darkest Dungeon, which is really hard, and
The game is stressful, man.
yes, it's very stressful. I get like super anxiety playing that game because like walking through and then suddenly, fuck, a trap. God damn it, now my guy's bleeding. Now I'm gonna sit here and not move and try to figure out what I can do. Shit, no bandages. Fuck. Okay, I guess I have to move and watch my guy slowly die over the couple of moves. Fuck, a fight. God damn it. I didn't need this right now. It's super stressful. Like, you watch your characters get stressed, and as their stress bars go up, like, you yourself are getting like, God damn it. I'm just going to run away. I can't do that yet. God damn it. I just want to run away. No. It's a great single player experience. It's very unique with that stress bar, though. Like, just adding a whole additional layer to
Is the
dungeon
background?
crawl.
I'm sorry. Is the background soundtrack being dictated by a flock of seagulls by any chance?
No, it is
That
not.
was funnier than it
Are you
should.
sure?
Last I checked, yes,
Oh, man,
positive.
Matt, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you.
But are you sure?
Okay, for a brief side moment, did Flock of Seagulls have any other songs anyone can remember other than that one?
Nope, but that's why I have me and my friend Google.
I don't know.
But the game has a lot of depth to it. Honestly, like each different class brings its own thing. Like you can't have certain class combinations. They won't like work together at all. Like they'll flat out refuse to work with each other.
Anybody who's religious cannot go out with a werewolf.
Oh, Wishing. That was their other big song. If I had a photograph of you.
Yeah, I don't know that song. So
Sure. Also,
All right,
I've been playing a bunch of
real quick.
XCOM. Enemy Within.
Good. That's right, because you never actually played.
No, I never played it, and I picked it up recently on I think it was a Humble Bundle sale, and I decided to like dive into it because I like that type of game, like the tactical turn-based games. I like Final Fantasy Tactics way back in the day. It was like one of my favorite games ever. So playing this game
get
is...
into the Disgaea series. Like that would
Who
seem
said-
like
who
right
said-
up your alley.
Who said I didn't? But anyways, actually, I don't know if I ever played this guy. I don't think I did.
Dude, Disgaea is like Final Fantasy Tactics on crack.
On crack, you say?
It is. Well, you could also be on crack if it makes it easier.
So does that
Being
make
on
it
crack
worse,
makes
or do
everything
they
easier.
End up like canceling each other out.
Shark Thanks does not condone crack usage.
Like, is
I don't know
it a
what you're
double
talking about.
negative? Like, if you're on crack and you're playing a game that's on crack, does that mean that neither of you are on crack?
It means you're on
No,
fleek.
It means they like multiply and you become like
So
crazy
you're on double
godlike.
crack or super crack.
Crack squared.
Super Crackian God Super Crack. I tried.
Sure. Okay.
Release the Kraken.
XCOM is a ton of fun. I can't believe I never like played it before. I know like Cody, you had talked about it several times before, but like my thought process for some reason was that this was like a third person tactical game. I don't know why I thought that for the longest time.
Yeah, neither do I, because like that makes almost no sense.
Like
I don't know. Yeah, fuck, I don't know. But yeah, I've been playing that. I think, let me see here. I've gotten to the point where like the aliens have attacked my main base. I don't know how far through that is, but
I don't remember.
now snipers are overpowered. and so are Assault.
That game is the game I was playing, and I had my wife as one of my characters, and it automatically nicknamed her Cookie. That's funny because my wife's a pastry chef. I mean, that's her.
And that was her nickname for the longest time.
So here's a question:
I might
Is
have
a
an answer.
cookie actually a pastry though?
Well, the joke. So the joke
Does it
stems from.
matter?
It does,
Yes.
for the sake of Cody's discussion.
So more so the fact that Amanda's nickname, when all of the friends met her, because she brought me in a batch of cookies, everyone just started calling her Cookie for a while. That's actually why it's funny. I just didn't want to go into that detail of the story. Thanks.
Good story too.
Yes. Her nickname used to be Cookies. But yeah, Darkest Dungeon and XCOM have been pretty much eating up most of my time. I have been still getting a few games of League of Legends in now and then. I think I played like half a dozen or so last night alone. Off-meta jungles. Well, actually, like Graves is now becoming meta, so I don't know. But they're tons of fun. Just to run around and surprise the hell out of people. It's like, oh look, Zyra. Where the hell's Zyra going? Probably bottom support. Or maybe mid. Nope. Zyra in the jungle. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna pop out and have my plants eat you.
Mitch and I played last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys were streaming that for a while.
I brought back the kitty.
Some Rengar.
Kitty.
I meowed
like
everyone. I meowed everyone
in
real
every
hard.
game that I've played thus far.
Yeah, I meowed everyone real hard.
Super, super hard. But yeah, that's about it. One thing that did pop up this week was The Division, the beta for that.
Yeah, I played some of that.
Cody, you mentioned you actually beat the little beta mission.
Yeah, there's one mission available to you in the beta, and I played through all of that. I played by myself because I didn't realize I could do a co-op thing there. That game plays real good. Like it feels really solid, and I really like the aesthetic.
It was really hard to get used to a third-person over-the-shoulder shooter again. Like that felt like foreign to me for some reason.
I have been
jumped
like,
into it, I'm like, what why, what? Everybody's flanking me. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, the whole like cover-based shooter is like old hat at this point, but at the same time, like I don't what.
they do some really smart things with the cover system in that game. Like the point and then just hold. At least we both played the Xbox One beta.
Mhm.
It's just like you point at something you want to get behind and you hold the A button and you just go there.
Yep, your
As
guy
long
will
as you're-
run at it.
And if you let go A, you pop up and you stop running towards the thing. So if you need to like kind of quickly maneuver someplace else, you can do that.
It's similar to like how in Gears of War when you like run from cover to cover, except this time you kind of like predetermine what cover you're going to. You can like switch obviously as you're running towards it, but this way you could just like literally look at something, hold A, and you'll run straight towards it. But yeah, the actual gunplay of the game felt really good. The AI is halfway decent. They did quite a few times like flank me and get behind me and stuff. But that might have just been my ineptitude at letting them do that.
I don't know. That game is definitely more RPG than shooter, but it's like I don't think that detracts from that game at all.
Yeah. It was kind of weird the first time shooting at something and numbers are popping up.
Well, that and like shooting someone in the head isn't necessarily an instant kill. It's
a critical hit.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 2 reasons to play this game because I've had zero interest since it was announced.
Do you like Borderlands?
Yeah,
Do you like Gears of War?
mostly.
There you go.
Do you
You'll
like
like this
modern day military shooters?
Does not resonate well.
I wouldn't say it's when I think modern day military shooters, I think Battlefield and Call of Duty, and I don't think it's near any of those.
See, I'm thinking more of like how close to like Spec Ops kind of gameplay is it? Because when I think of like third person, I think of Spec Ops.
I mean,
Like, which Spec Ops? Like the line?
Yeah.
Okay, I have no idea. That'd be Cody.
I mean, it's kind of close. I mean, Spec Ops Lines is very much like just a third-person shooter. If you shoot somebody in the head, they die. It's like Mass Effect 1.
Or even Mass Effect, more Mass Effect 2. I would say.
I've seen a lot of comparisons to Mass Effect 2.
I can see that. Like it's more weighted towards the RPG than it is the shooter. So it's not like Mass Effect 3 where that was more shooter than RPG. So yeah, probably 2.
Yeah, 2 is that better balance, I feel.
That game handles really well. It looks like the Xbox One looks okay. Like it's not stunning or anything like that, but it.
I mean, it's a nice. You get to see a lot of New York.
Yeah, like that. Like playing that. Like that was the thing that I like the most. Is you're walking around New York and it feels like something's happened there, and you're kind of traversing whatever it's left over, and stuff. Like it doesn't.
It feels like it kind of makes sense that you can't go on a lot of buildings too.
I was
because
surprised.
There's actually there's people still there. There's still civilians. You'll like see civilians walking around. You'll like be walking to people, and you'll wonder, okay, is that person going to try to gun me down as I pass them by or not?
I was surprised. Like I don't know if you did any of that, but I traversed some of the buildings. Like there's some ladders and stuff you can get up on top of buildings and go across the rooftops.
Yeah, there's a few like that. There's a couple buildings you can go inside here and there. But for the most part, most of the things are closed up. There is some sort of lockpicking system. I haven't found any lockpicks, but I have found locked doors.
I didn't find any locked doors. I wanted to try. Is that beta still today? Do you know?
I think so.
I wanted to try some of the Dark Zone stuff.
Yes, I want to try some of that. I haven't beaten the mission, mostly because on Friday when I was playing the game for like a couple hours, they were having tons of connectivity issues. So like I would play like 15 minutes, suddenly everything would start lagging. I'd start dying without seeing any enemies, and then instantaneously I'd just become disconnected.
I did a little bit of disconnection.
Over and over.
But it's a beta. I mean, so I'd much rather see this stuff now than on launch.
I kind of expected that for the beta, though.
Yeah, so did I.
Almost every beta I've played where the majority of the game is online, there's connectivity issues of some sort.
I might pick that up when it comes up on PC. I think I'm sold.
I have it pre-ordered for PC. The only reason I picked it up for the beta for Xbox was I wanted to try it out, honestly. I wanted to see how it'll play on Xbox.
I hope there's controller support on PC.
I don't know. I guess I have been surprised plenty of times before by like games that have console ports and then they don't have controller support on PC for some stupid reason.
Mass Effect 1.
3. Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 1 I can deal with. Mass Effect 3, which is more shooter, like third person shooters, for whatever reason, I just wholeheartedly prefer to play with the controller. I don't know why. I just do.
Well, it's because your mouse movement is already constrained generally in a third-person shooter. So having a controller doesn't actually gimp you and actually adds to the appeal, I feel.
I figured out what it is about shooters on console that I prefer. And it's the trigger. Like the trigger pull feels so much better than clicking a mouse.
Well, what you need to do is you just need to get like a mouse that has force feedback.
Sure.
There you go. Every time you click, you get like a motor whirring that vibrates.
Wait, I need to find this. Wasn't there an old mouse that was like the trigger mouse?
Probably.
I remember this. I need to pull it up. Yeah, there we go.
A trigger mouse?
Oh,
yeah, this is super old school. I found a picture of it. I don't remember the brand, but there we go.
Nope, there it is.
Yep. And it's straight. It's just like it's like this half bastardized joystick /
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, remember that?
Oh, the ball. Like it was like, oh man. We'll have to remember to get this to the magical editor man to put.
I don't know what the hell you sent me.
The FPS gun.
Trying to redirect me to Connect pupil tracking.
Here.
There, I found a better.
Well, picture. No, the name it's called Connect Pupil Tracking. It's on giantbomb.com. Here. Go to this
okay. I see.
Go to that link instead. That will be the
sorry.
link that we'll put in the thing. 4 posts down, there's a picture of thing. That was dumb.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, because it was like the it had like a physical trigger. It's just like is physically tracking your X and Y by physically moving your arm up, down, left, right.
That would be terrible.
I don't even know. Zach, what have you been playing?
So Diablo 3, lots of it, lots and lots of it, and I also had the fortunate whatever to get into the Legion Alpha, the WoW.
What is
expansion.
Legion? Oh, the WoW
Nice WoW
expansion.
expansion.
Okay.
What is Legion? We are Legion, Mitch.
Say we are
Yeah.
Legion.
We don't need to go there.
Yeah, so got into the Legion Alpha, which is interesting because as far as I know, they're still only doing friends and family stuff and like media for invites. So I'm not really sure.
You put down your media, didn't you?
You said you're part of
No,
Sharks and
you-
Things.
You can't sign up for it. It just like you are either like a known Blizzard or like a known celebrity like Blizzard game streamer, or you are on a list. Like Blizzard has, like each Blizzard employee has a list of like friends and family that they would want to get invites to like alpha tests and stuff, and like friends and family
Maybe
whatnot's it.
Maybe you're just on a list.
Oh,
That wouldn't surprise me. Zach
but-
is probably on a
You're
list.
I don't. I think you're probably thinking of a different type of list that I'm probably on.
Yeah.
The world's top 100 sexiest man.
Number 99.
Hey, out of like what 3.5 billion men? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty damn good.
I would take number 9. I would take spot 100.
I would take the top
like,
100,000.
Yeah, I know.
I settle
No,
for nothing less than top 10. George
But,
Clooney, you're going down.
That's not
But-
settling, Matt. That is definitely not settling.
There is no settling in today's age.
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of that. Actually, I spent the vast majority of my day yesterday playing that. Fun so far. I mean, it's WoW. They changed a whole lot of kind of how quest flow and zones and stuff go. The whole class order halls thing is pretty cool. The artifact weapon thing is pretty cool. They do the zones really weird. It feels a lot more like I can't think of the type of game I'm talking about, but like basically you have like, it seems like there's a lot of scaling involved as far as zones are concerned, because there's like, you know, most expansions, well, so like Burning Crusade, everyone filtered into Hellfire or whatever it was.
Yep, everyone had to go to Hellfire Peninsula.
Yep,
Everyone.
And then they kind of fixed that with Wrath, the Lich King. You could pick like one of 2 places to start at.
And everyone still picked the same one.
Yeah.
Cataclysm did the same thing, right? You can pick 1 or 2 spots, or you went Cataclysm. You went somewhere else depending on your faction, right?
I think everyone went to the same place, but like there was enough overlap that like if a zone was too crowded, you could leave that zone before finishing it to go to the next one or whatever.
I don't remember.
I
know that
I don't remember Cataclysm.
I know that
like,
every
at all.
time that they do a new launch, like the beginning quest zones are overpopulated, and all the quest items are heavily like they up the respawn timers and the spawn count on everything during launch period. I know that much.
So this is a little bit different when you do your class, or like when you go through like the intro stuff and get your class order hall or whatever. there's pretty much like a mission or a command center type thing that you look at, and there's 3 zones to choose from, each with like multiple storylines. But the weird thing is, when you're done with one zone, so like I finished the first zone at like, I think I was like level 103 or something, and then I just went to one of the other starter zones, and like everything seemed to be scaling properly. Like mission rewards were scaling to my like my level and whatnot for quest rewards. Also, so they started doing shared tagging for quest stuff. So like quest mobs are shared tagged. So you and 37 other people can tag the same mob and still get credit for a quest.
Oh, so like a billion other MMOs have already done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay!
Or
I like how WoW has become this like giant MMO that started off like everything that they started was this great idea that a lot of MMOs stole from, and everyone else went and became innovative and made things so much better. And then WoW is like, oh, I made this.
I don't think it's that. I think it's just that like Blizzard has the money and they have the IP. I mean, they have WoW. They have the Juggernaut. It's like if you took the real Juggernaut and someone else got the idea to put a gun on his shoulder or something like that, then Blizzard would be like, okay, so they put a gun on his shoulder. Fuck that. We'll put a Gatling gun on one and a rocket launcher on the other.
I feel like
except they don't really improve upon the concept generally. They just put it in their mix mash of mechanics already.
I wonder how much. Well, I wonder how much of that was based on the hey, we're actually working on this other MMO in the back end that will probably replace WoW at some point, and then they were like, well, we're not going to do that thing anymore, so we should probably work on WoW some more.
So kind of, but the other interesting thing is that most of the you know how like a lot of other MMOs had like world quests or like public quests where it was kind of like a zone that like a part of a zone where it was kill mobs or complete objectives for like progression on something.
Yeah, you could have like progressing public quests.
Yeah, public quests. So they did something similar with this, except like every little quest hub is actually in one of those public quest zones. So you stack up your quests, and then when you go to do them, you're actually in a public quest zone. So you complete the public quest objectives at the same time. So then you get all the experience from the quests plus the experience from the public event thing. And there's like rare spawns and hidden treasure stuff everywhere.
It's not going to let me go back to playing WoW.
I mean, if
Yep.
I don't know if I can actually truly go back to playing MMO. Like I've tried. Like I have hopped in ArcGate when that came out, which that was fun.
Not yet. I couldn't go play a true MMO again. Although like Black Desert looks really pretty.
Yeah, that character. You can just go use the character creator right now if you
It's
want
true.
to.
You can go download that.
They actually have a contest running. I don't know if it's over yet or not, to see who can create the ugliest character.
The ugliest.
Yep.
It's really easy to make a good looking character in that game.
I was about to say, it's going to be like a toss-up. Like, someone just needs to make a 1-to-1 of Susan Boyle and we'll be set.
The thoughts and expressions
Okay.
by Matt do not necessarily reflect those of Sharks and Things.
Shots fired, Susan Boyle.
So I'm sure you're listening.
But there's a lot of cool stuff. They added Demon Hunters. Demon Hunters are really cool. They're super mobile. It kind of feels like playing a Demon Hunter kind of feels like playing WildStar, because they have like a double jump, they have a glide, and just a shit ton of mobility and like dodging around the shit.
So the Demon Hunter, Is that a prestige? What was the Death Knight? Was it like a prestige class where you
Hero class?
Hero class. You start at a higher level.
Yes. That's what Demon Hunters are. Demon Hunters start out at 98, but it's kind of cool, and they, for nostalgia purposes or whatever, the Demon Hunters are basically the same Demon Hunters that were with Illidan during the Burning Crusade, like out in the Black Temple.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like they have their own intro thing, like the Death Knights did. You start, and it starts actually before the events of the Burning Crusade. You were basically
What the Demon Hunter stuff does?
Yeah. It starts before the events of the Burning Crusade, like before the assault on the Black Temple. Pretty much you're part of like the player character Demon Hunters are part of like the Black Ops, like the upper echelon of the Demon Hunters that Illidan trained, and you're off on like some special mission. And then
When the raid comes and destroys Black Temple.
well, yeah, at the time that happens, the player character Demon Hunter are off doing something else.
Can you imagine what, like, you come back from doing that mission as the Demon Hunter group who's, like, out doing the other thing, and, like, they accomplish it, and they come back and, like, yo, Illidan, we're back! Why is it all on fire?
That is pretty much exactly what happens. The cinematic's not implemented yet for when you finish the first part of it. But, yeah, that's kind of basically what happens. You get back from there and, like, end up being captured. So the second part of the Demon Hunter stuff starts up, and it's fast forward to the timeline of the current expansion, and you're in this prison that's specifically made for demons, Mardoom. And it's like, it's literally a prison meant to hold demons and the Demon Hunters. And the head of the wardens, Maev.
Is it wrong that as you say that, I'm like, this sounds like Tango and Cash?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the second part of it, basically, like, Maev comes and breaks you out and is like, because the Legion had breached the prison to try and, liberate some of their old commanders and stuff from back in the Burning Crusade days. And Maev breaks you out and is like, yeah, so most of the wardens have been killed or whatever. We're being sieged. We need extra help. Like, go kill demons. If you try and run away, I'll just kill you. Or some shit like that. I'm obviously paraphrasing.
We are the Russians. If you run, we will kill.
I'm like, that's Warcraft's one of those things that, like, the lore is super cool and interesting to me, but man, I don't want to play World of Warcraft anymore.
I want
The
Warcraft
amount of
4.
lore is too damn high.
Like, everything you're talking about
Warcraft
sounds dope
RTS.
and interesting, but I just don't want to play it anymore.
Yeah, I quit after WildStar. That was the last MMO I touched.
WildStar, yeah.
You can play anything else, Zach? Is that pretty much it?
I mean, that and Diablo 3.
I have, as everybody knows, been playing Dragon's Dogma when I can.
No way.
I love that game. Okay, if you did not tune into my stream on Wednesday this week, Mitch was there.
I was.
I died a couple of times. I fought some lizard men, got my butt whooped by some lizard men, like, walked across, like, further to try and get to my mission, like, found some more lizard men, but heard a roar and just didn't think anything of it. And then, as Mitch saw, a chimera just kind of came barreling down a hill towards me.
Oh yeah, it was good stuff.
I lost
like,
all.
What the hell? What's that moving in the trees over there, Cody? What's that? What the fuck? It's huge. It's coming right for you.
And then, yeah,
It's coming right at us.
this giant lion-headed goat snake thing.
You mean a chimera?
Yeah.
Exactly that.
So one thing I appreciate about the game, and Mitch and I talked about this, I don't know if I mentioned in the podcast, like I love the art direction of that game. And now that Mitch has seen that Chimera, I think he understands what I was talking about. Like, and they talked about in that design interview for that game that when they're making all the mythical creatures for that game, they didn't want to do like hyper stylized versions. Like that Chimera looks like how you imagine, like when someone describes a Chimera to you,
It looks like it. Yeah.
it looks like that, or like
It looks like something pulled from mythology.
yeah, like they opened up the Greek mythology book and said, "What is a Chimera?" Okay, make that. Just make that. Don't
Make it that.
Don't
Just
make
make it that.
flourish. Like the griffins in that game literally just look like a lion with some giant wings and then an eagle head like attached to it. Like I love the creature design in that game. I love that game a lot. I hope it gets a sequel.
Cool.
I hear that MMO is not.
I like it a lot.
The MMO is not so good from what I hear. So, that's kind of all I've been playing. I have been doing some other side stuff this week. Working at home, and Mitch yells at me.
Yep.
And prepping us for a surprise for everybody coming in a couple of weeks. That I think we're all excited about.
What's that?
Be a little more cryptic, why don't you?
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a surprise coming.
It could
Yes.
even be a boat.
It could be a boat. It's not a boat, but it could be a boat. Man. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been up to.
What's the surprise?
You know what the surprise is? What did we do on Thursday? What did we do on Thursday?
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, that's the surprise?
That's
Oh.
a surprise.
Now I'm disappointed in our surprise.
I was
Yeah.
hoping for like some
No,
kind
no,
of like,
everyone's excited about the surprise. Don't.
Surprise!
Hate you all. We haven't talked. Did you guys talk about last week on the podcast?
That's
What?
that's like I'm sitting there for weeks knitting a quilt with like my grandmother or something, and she's like, and then I'm like, here, I've been making you this quilt that you've been helping me make. Here's your Christmas present.
Well, it's not a surprise for us. It's a surprise for them, the viewers.
But you should have. You should have.
what about a
specified.
surprise for us? Damn it!
Yeah, I
What's
thought
in it
like
for
you had
shirts and
something
things?
for us.
No, I don't have anything for you guys.
I thought you were going to say like, "Hey, some company really liked us and is giving us like a truckload of money."
Oh no, I
That'd
wish.
be a great surprise.
Or better yet, they gave us trucks.
I would take that too.
Sure.
I would take that and sell it immediately.
No, there's a couple of no. I don't know when we're going to start that. Probably not next Thursday, but the following Thursday. Does that sound about right?
Probably. Ish.
Yep.
Depends.
Keep an eye out for that. We'll let you know. I have a lot of work to do before then.
Get on it.
So there's been news going on in the world of video games.
You don't say. Please
Go
tell me more.
on.
There's been news? What?
Yeah. Yeah,
That doesn't
some,
happen.
some weird like Volition decided to like give out an ISO of an unreleased unfinished PSP game. Did you guys see that?
Yes,
Oh,
it'll
you
only
mean-
work in an emulator.
Yeah. So Volition, the guys who made Saints Row, apparently at some point in time were working on a Saints Row PSP game.
Vita.
Well, no, it was PSP. It wasn't Vita. It was old school PSP called Saints Row Undercover. It was kind of a big deal because they were talking about it on they ended up like playing it on a live stream, and at the end of the live stream, they're like, "Yeah, you can go here and download the ISO and play it. It only works in a PSP emulator. It won't play like people have tried to port it to like modded PSPs and just doesn't work. Probably something to do with firmware, I would suppose. I've seen that thing. I haven't downloaded it because I don't have a PSP emulator. It's interesting to see that thing come out like in a way like it is broken in a lot of
Well,
ways.
yes, it's unfinished.
You're all going to die down here.
We're all going to die down here. I just start silencing my phone before we do this.
But yeah, that's kind of really interesting, and it makes me wonder like what Volition apparently has been doing a lot more live streaming lately, so it makes me wonder if we're going to see maybe some Saints Row announcements soon.
Oh, and a quick real talk. Apparently, you can pre-order Bayonetta 2 now.
For what?
For Wii U.
That came out.
That's what's hilarious about it. Is Amazon has a pre-order for Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U that drops on February 19th.
Wait a second. Did that game... Oh, because the original release of Bayonetta 2 came with Bayonetta 1, so I'm assuming this is the just Bayonetta 2 edition.
Yes, which is hilarious because you can still pre-order it.
Well, you're pre-ordering just the Bayonetta 2 copy.
And I'm not even kidding, the original copies of Bayonetta 2 now that include Bayonetta are going for like $109.
That doesn't surprise me. Because game economy. Go ahead, Zach.
Sorry, were you done? I was going to say, because there was another interesting bit of news. I figure we got to get our random fighting game shit out of the way.
Yeah. Talk about random fighting game shit.
Street Fighter V is running its beta this weekend, which is also, I was playing some of that, forgot to mention, which is making life really difficult this weekend because I got into the Division beta for PC. I got in, like, all this week, like Thursday and Friday, I got access to Legion Alpha, the Division for PC. Street Fighter V beta was this weekend. Plus, I had stuff to keep up with on Diablo 3, on top of, like, all the other normal shit. I bought The Witcher 3, and, like, haven't even gotten a chance to, like, play it because of all this shit. I kind of fell away from Killer Instinct for a while, but the KI World Cup or whatever is going on this weekend.
I was actually just about to mention that. I've been having that play here in the background. Dude, I was watching some of those qualifying matches last night for the top 32. Good, dear Lord, that is some high-end Killer Instinct crap. Like, there was I don't know if you saw it, but there was a player named C Styles. He's an Agonist player. He's the giant, rock golem dude.
Guy.
Who was just fucking wrecking everybody. And he is the slowest character in the game. Like, he doesn't have a dash or anything. He just kind of
lumbers.
Yeah, except he just does a ton of damage. Like, if he throws up walls throughout the level while he pushes you to the corner, if he gives you, like, a single hit punch, it's like 43% damage, and you end up in the flip corner of the level. It is ridiculous. That was, like, it was some of the most hype Killer Instinct I've ever seen. Because I've been playing a little bit more of it since I got my Elite controller.
Yeah, but so they made 2 announcements this weekend. One of them being, the next character for season 3, Kim Woo from Killer Instinct 2.
Always hated her, just gonna say that.
Huh?
I always hated Kim Woo. Is just kind of a crappy character design, but that's just my personal preference.
Yeah, and the other thing they teased for the next guest character appears to be the Arbiter from Halo.
Okay, that's kind of dope.
Well, it's like
It's pretty
Microsoft,
awesome.
so they can just like throw in whatever Microsoft IP characters they want. So not only you can have the Arbiter facing off with was it Rads from Battletoads?
Rash.
Sorry. Like Battletoads versus the Arbiter. What more do you want out of a video game?
I don't know. Watching the Arbiter kick ass in Halo 5. Why would they contain him in Killer Instinct? Come on. He's just like sword, kill all.
And then the other interesting fighting game thing, which again, Mortal Kombat, I dropped like it was
1995.
I was trying to avoid saying dropped it
99,
like
actually.
it was hot, but not possible. They announced that their Combat Pack 2, like their next chunk of characters and everything, are all coming out on the same day. Like
And console only.
Yeah, no PC.
So
Yeah.
spiteful. 'Cause
Well,
this is the one time I bought a PC copy of a fighting game, and of course it's not supported at all.
That's why I very rarely bother with PC versions of fighting games unless I know.
I'm interested in buying that Mortal Kombat XL when it comes out.
Yeah, so that's it's kind of weird that they're not spreading the characters out, but at the same time, it makes me feel like.
Well, didn't they do that for So was Combat Pack 1 spread out then?
Yeah,
okay.
It was. Each character was what, 1 month or 2 months apart.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, there was 1 month. Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, so they're dropping all 4 at the same time, and they also revealed that Triborg is actually Quadborg.
Yeah, because they had a Sub-Zero stance.
Yeah, Cyber Sub-Zero thing.
Yeah, I have no idea how this is going to work. I'm just expecting like a super ridiculous version of Gen from Street Fighter and all this stance bullshit.
Well, no,
it's his he has a variation that's Sector, a variation that's Cyrax, a variation that's Smoke, and a variation that's Sub-Zero.
Oh, so he actually does get the fourth one then.
Yeah, so it's all
because I thought the fourth one is like one he could just like switch to, or he has moves of, regardless of which variation you go with. I didn't think it was its own like.
Each variation is completely different. They have their own strings and everything.
The big news this week, not to derail you. Were you done with your Mortal Kombat talk?
Yeah.
I just looked at the clock. I'm like, holy crap! It's already that time. The big news I want to talk about real quick because it's kind of huge. Is EA is not going to be at E3 this year. That
Nope.
to me is kind of the big news. That's crazy, actually, to me that they're doing.
Well,
that.
are they going to go the Nintendo
They're just
Direct
following
route
the
and
trend.
just do like EA Direct?
No, so they're they rented out the theater that is next to the convention center. They will be having their own press conference on Sunday at 1:00 p.m. or Eastern time or Pacific time.
I actually wasn't done with fighting game news. You just reminded me of something, but go ahead.
Oh, come back to that. Right. Yeah, so they're doing that, but their venue will actually be open to the public until E3 starts. So their venue will be open for people to come in, walk around, play games, do all that stuff from the 12th to the 14th of June. And then E3 officially starts on the 14th. So they will not have a booth or anything. That's a little crazy to me, only because EA has just been is one of the big ones you tune in on Tuesday for. So that means Tuesday is now Nintendo and Ubisoft.
They please make an Ubisoft conference that still doesn't suck. Every year, it's just like this not great conference. It was better than the really super quirky one with the laser tag that is still infamous. But
Mr. Caffeine?
Mr. Caffeine.
It's almost like someone sets up the Ubisoft press conference to be intentionally just a little bad. Like last year when I like Aisha Tyler as the host. Like
I really don't.
I'm with Zach. I'm with Zach with this one 100%. I hate that she does hosting because I'm about to move into like modern seasons of Whose Line Is It Anyway, and I am dreading seeing her.
So I get that and understand that, but compared to what they've done in the past, I would much rather have her than anything else.
It's equally as awkward.
It's less awkward.
It's far less awkward.
How edgy it feels so forced. I don't know.
But the point I'm trying to make, like, she's into it, but like last year, do you remember the part where she went down and sat in the audience with the Jacob Fry cosplayer that they hired? And
yeah, which was super awkward.
And I'm assuming that bit was supposed to go, "Who are you?" And his response was supposed to be, "I am Jacob Fry from Assassin's Creed," not "I am so-so from so-and-so cosplay company who Ubisoft has paid me to play Jacob Fry today." That's how that conversation went. I'm like, what? Oh man, this is like watching a train wreck. I can't turn away now. Their press conferences are always weird. French people.
Yes.
Weird
is an understatement. But I like Aisha Tyler as doing it, honestly. I think she does a good job. I think she does BlizzCon stuff really well too.
I don't know who you'd replace her with. That's kind of the problem.
Anyone else?
No, they tried that. That didn't work.
Yeah, anyone else who's done it so far has like completely failed.
I forgot where it's going. Oh, but so Tuesday, like Nintendo's going to be morning, and we don't know if Nintendo's going to be there this year because Nintendo might have the NX to show off, and so
I don't know.
They
It still
made it.
feels
Okay,
a bit
still on-
soon.
Actually,
I
be
guess.
Okay, with the Nintendo NX, I'm legitimately just seeing this as one giant fuck you to Wii U owners. Because it's like the Wii U has been out for a couple of years, but
It's been out
it just
for
seems
several
like they're
years,
just like,
yes.
yep, no one bought this platform. Then move on.
Matt, the Wii U came out almost 4 years ago.
And
Nintendo's life cycles are not nearly as long as everyone else's.
but modern hardware,
also-
like,
But also think
There's still a step behind everyone's too.
but
They're
also
like at the half step.
think about when did the 3DS get come out? Not the XL because that's just a revision.
just like the original 3DS.
Yeah,
What was that like? Was that 2008, 2009?
yeah. It has been a long ass time since they've had a new handheld, and if the rumors hold true, is that this will be a console handheld hybrid dealy mabob thingy, which I would maybe be more interested in. This would be a refresh of that line as well, and that is definitely time for that to happen.
For sure.
Yeah, E3 is going to be interesting this year. Like last year's E3 was great. I don't know what's going to be going on. It also makes me wonder if EA is doing this. Like, does that mean they're going to have games to show us? I mean, they could, since they own the exclusive rights to make Star Wars games, so they could have a plethora of Star Wars games to show us.
There is the rumors that there's going to be an open world Star Wars RPG. I just hope that they contact everyone who's already good at doing open world.
Well, they've
games.
they have Bioware on them. So
Again, I hope they contact someone else about making open world RPGs.
Dragon Age Inquisition wasn't that bad,
I wouldn't call that open world, honestly.
I suppose. Brain stuff.
I'm talking about Witcher 3 level of open world, or Grand Theft Auto.
They published Kingdoms of Amalur.
That wasn't really open world either. That was you follow a linear path through an area, go to the next area, linear path through that area.
No, there was never mind.
Okay, I could go this way or this way, but I still go from point A to point B in this area.
I need to replay that game. Zach, I'm assuming are you going to talk about the Street Fighter story stuff?
Actually, I was going to talk about Evo this year.
Oh, what's going on with Evo?
Aside from how horribly disappointed I am with the lineup, that's a whole different ball of wax.
Evo 2016 lineup.
It is Street Fighter V, Guilty Gear, Xrd, Revelator, which I am perfectly okay with. Street Fighter V, Revelator, Tekken 7, Shiza. Pokken Tournament.
Yes, there we go. That's what I was about to say.
Smash Brothers for Wii U, Smash Brothers Melee, and I forgot what the last one was. Killer Instinct?
Yep.
It's on there.
Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
It's a little
Kombat X.
It's a little strange to me that Mortal Kombat is in there.
Why?
I don't know why. I just don't ever think of Mortal Kombat as the Evo game.
Well, it still has a pretty good tournament following.
Yeah. But see, the thing that really bugs me, well, there's a couple things so I'll just flat out say it. I don't like Smash at all.
I think that's a general consensus among this group. I think Matt likes it more than anybody.
I like to play it. I don't like to watch it.
No, let me explain. I like Smash for what it is, which is a party game. It is technical.
Exactly.
It's a technical on the level of trying to make a random game make sense. And I can't stand watching it because it's really boring. And all their commentary or any commentary that goes along with Smash is usually, oh, got him on the corner. Got him on the corner. Oh, he's juggled. Oh, he's at 80% damage. Oh, that's every commentary in a nutshell.
That sounds like a lot of.
That sounds like golf.
That sounds like a lot of fighting games to me. To be fair, but
You've clearly never heard Yipes and Chris Matrix on Marvel commentary.
Dude, Marvel commentary is still like the top dog of most entertaining things to watch and listen to as a competitive fighting game.
But the thing that makes all of this interesting, though, is that Evo is in 2 different locations this year.
That's are they still both in Vegas or just at 2 different
They
places?
are in Vegas. Friday and Saturday, it's at the Las Vegas Convention Center, which it's normally at there's a hotel it's normally at. I don't remember which hotel. But
was it the Mirage?
The July
Mirage.
15th through the 17th are at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and for the finals, they will be at the Mandalay Bay Sports Arena.
Yeah, which is 120,000 seating. 120,000 or 12,000? I don't remember.
Well, let's click on this link and find out.
Yeah, it's
12,000.
it's a large venue. It's a large enough venue, but it's just going to allow more people to buy spectator badges.
Yeah, but it's like that, and it actually has seating, like assigned seating and stuff. It's just really, really weird. I mean,
It'll be interesting to see.
As the meme goes, we esports now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're trying to make esports, a good spectator sport. So they're doing a good job by putting in a sports arena.
It'd be interesting to see. Like this, you guys probably talked about this last week on the podcast, but I'm really interested to see what esports does this year. Like with ESPN now having an actual esports page.
Yeah, it was really weird. Last night, the girlfriend and I were. I forgot. She was watching something on ESPN. She was watching basketball. But yeah, college basketball. So, and it switched over afterwards to the X Games, and they were showing Halo, and I was like, "This is really weird."
Yeah, Halo's the next game now. They got rid of Call of Duty and replaced it with Halo.
But it's just weird. It's like it's ESPN and
and like their ESPN, like their coverage has actually been pretty good. Like they do interviews with they did an interview with the president of Riot a couple weeks ago that was really good. It's just kind of crazy. I don't want to touch
a company with a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it since you guys probably talked about it all last week. But this is going to be a really interesting year to see how. Hopefully, because we've been saying for years now that this is the year of esports and this is the year of esports, and maybe
because every year has been.
Yeah, and hopefully,
I'm not gonna lie, every year has been like this is a great year for esports, and then the next year this is a great year for esports because it's better than the last year, which was the year for esports. It's honestly just it keeps ramping up and up and up, and it's getting better and better and better for esports fans, honestly. And there's becoming more and more esports fans, or at least people who would identify as an esports fan.
Yeah, it's like what's his name used to say. This Christmas season is the most important Christmas season.
Oh yeah, the inside joke at Best Buy for years. That's a. Yeah, I'll be interested, and I'm sure later this year we'll probably have to talk about it some more. Briefly, before we kind of wrap up for this week, the Street Fighter 5 announcement this week that single player mode's coming, just like 4 months later.
So there's arcade mode, but then it sounds like it's going to be a cinematic story mode, more like Mortal Kombat had.
Yeah. Although, real talk for a second, cool that they're adding it, but why? Why do they? I'm tired of this ship single player after, because Killer Instinct tried to do the same thing, but they didn't deliver it for a long damn time.
But to be fair, Killer Instinct was a free game.
That's true.
And when they came out with Killer Instinct, I mean the problem is that when Mortal Kombat 9 came out, they finally showed that you can have a good actual story mode in a fighting game.
Historically, any and all fighting games, they have arcadish mode, but it's still their story mode.
But that's way different than Mortal Kombat's new way of doing a story mode. The old way of doing a story mode is that you pick your character, you do your 10 matches, you beat the boss, and then you get your cinematic at the end. That is the old school way of doing a story mode. As
Yes.
having played a lot of Tekken 2 in my life and a lot of Street Fighter 2 in my life, that is how that always
Soul
goes.
Calibur 2.
Like Soul Calibur tried to do something with their like single player mode that was, hey, like they wrapped it in something, but still like that single player mode is weird. But like Mortal Kombat 9 came out and said you can do a legit actual story mode with a fighting game that tells a cool story in a unique way, and then refine that some more in Injustice, and then refined it even more in Mortal Kombat 9. Like when they came back, Mortal Kombat kind of redefined that, and I wonder if Street Fighter 5 just kind of wasn't ready for that. Like I can't tell you what the story of Street Fighter 4 is.
So
I don't want to know the story.
well, no. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say the Street Fighter series suffers
Lord
from
Isaac.
kind of the same thing that the Devil May Cry series suffers from. Is they made the final, the final game in the series before, like, they couldn't figure out how to go past what the final game in the series was. Like
Street Fighter 3
Street Fighter 3
is the end of the timeline.
is the current end of the timeline in canon. Street Fighter 4 took place before it. Street Fighter 5 takes place between 4 and 3. So it's suffering from the same thing as Devil May Cry, where it's like, so we wrote the end and we don't really know how we want to continue the story. So let's just keep making things that happen beforehand.
Which, even to be fair, I mean it's an okay thing to do because there's plenty of stuff that we just don't know about. Like, but yeah, no, it's strange.
If you look at some of the interviews recently when they were talking to Harada, who is the guy in charge of Tekken, him and Ono, the guy in charge of Street Fighter, are really good friends and they go way back. But Harada constantly rags on the fact that, wait, Street Fighter has a story. So yeah. I think Capcom is finally like, okay, fuck this shit. We're tired of getting made fun of for having, this convoluted story that doesn't make sense that you can only piece together from different arcade mode endings and like comics and stuff. So I think they finally want to actually try and build a story behind the game.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what that is because, like, I'm not good enough to play Street Fighter Online, but I will probably buy it to play that single player story mode thing. Who knows? I think that's kind of all of it for this week. This was kind of a mishmash potpourri.
I was going to say potpourri. What?
Potpourri. Podcast. We'll get back to a normal format next week. Maybe. Who knows?
Sure. Okay.
Still, I don't know what a normal format for this podcast is, to be fair.
Maybe that is our normal format, to not have a normal format.
It varies widely.
It does.
Interesting.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us today. As always, if you'd like to send questions, comments, or concerns, you can hit us up at contact@sharksandthings.com. What else is going on this week?
Several other links below for all of our other places.
Yeah, you can find us. All of our streams are listed down below. Maybe the rest of Yahoos will start streaming some more. As I'm one to talk. Some other things are in the work. If you want to get a sneak peek of what it is we're going to be doing here, I think Monday I'm going to stream myself coming up with the logo for that thing, so you can see as I noodle through some ideas.
Noodle.
I have some thoughts about what the logo for that thing is going to be. Beyond that, probably do some more Dragon's Dogma this week. I'm going to try and only play that game on stream. That'll maybe be my motivation to keep streaming because I really like that game.
I need to beat this game.
Yeah. It's one of my 12 I need to beat this year. But beyond that, is anyone else doing anything this week that we need to let the folks know about?
I might get around to streaming.
I will probably not be streaming. I may end up being very incapacitated for a while, so I'll cross that bridge when I get there. We will see.
I think beyond that, I think that's going to wrap us up for the week. Along with any questions, comments, or concerns, if you have topics you'd like us to talk about, please feel free to send those over to that email address as well. Or, feel free to send them over to us on Twitter, twitter.com/ at Sharks and Things, or on Facebook.
Tweet it.
Tweet it. I think that's gonna wrap us up. I'm staring at some dope skins in Heroes of the Storm that I might go buy and play.
Oh, the Necromancer. I want the Necromancer.
I'm looking at that Star Lord.
Oh, the Auric.
Yeah, that thing looks dope.
Oh, you should see the trailer for it.
Regardless,
it's like an 80s cartoon intro.
Oh, the other skin now makes way more sense. Okay, I got it now. Sweet. Whatever. That's gonna wrap us up for this week, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you next Sunday.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.